Chuggalos, good morning, and welcome back to day 21 of the Brew Crew Podcast Advent Calendar 2023. It's an early one, just to show you. Hopefully that shows up. It's 6:40 in the morning. Hopefully that comes up. I just want you to be able to trust me a little bit there, as I wanted to record this one early. I've got a lot of stuff on tap for today, pun intended. I was hoping that maybe Sarah would get back to me and the fine folks at the Barrel House, and I would be able to record this one down there, as it is their beer. And without further ado, this is Listermann in collaboration with our friends at the Barrel House. Barrel Aged Cookies and Cream, C.R.E.A.M. So that's an acronym. Maybe we'll find out what that means. And it's their 2020 Pastry Stout. So cat snakes rule everything around me. And let's just look at that artwork. Hopefully the Barrel House had a say in on that one. So let's go with the crack. As I learned last night, even though I really enjoyed it being warmer, and Chuggalo Mikey enjoyed it being, it wanted it warmer, I just pulled this one from the fridge. I mean, it's 6:40. How long do you think I was going to let it sit out? All right. So this is just barrel aged. It's not necessarily bourbon barrel aged, which we'll get into one of the reviews. That I'm glad I'm glad I'm doing it in this environment with my sound effects and everything, because I really want to pull in what Chuggalo Kate. It's her best review of the month thus far. Wow, that is all the boozy. This is an 11.5. So yesterday, less than 8 hours ago, we had a 12.5 that didn't taste it. This tastes every bit of 11.5. I can see where they're going at with that the like the cookies and cream, like the almost like the velvety, like an Oreo you would, like the kind of that texture. Maybe the title's trying to lead me down the road a little bit more than what it actually is. Man, but we'll go into all the things that are in it. Brewed with cookies, vanilla, cocoa powder, cocoa nibs. Interesting with the powder and the nibs. They're two different. Sea salt, which I dig. More salt in beer, please. That's what yesterday's could have used. It was too much of a desserty type beer, and then lactose. God, it's warming up to me. That first pull wasn't very good, but I'm digging. It's got that Listermann signature, and while I think on this, I want you guys to check out Chuggalo Kate's review. Here we go. Take it away, Chuggalo Kate.
Well, this makes me nervous. Yeah, it had to hit me 2 days in a row with something that is challenging. I didn't see the name bourbon in this title, so I don't think there's anything I could really save on it, but let's go for it.
That shiver.
Smelling these things. No. It's a hard no. I mean, it's trying to do a whole lot. I'm just not a pastry stout or sweet type of thing they're cramming all into here. This one's the cookies and cream, and I get none of that. There's no cookies and cream here. Put it in ice cream or something, I think. This one is a 0.5 because there's no bourbon. Cheers.
Had to do that. I was talking to Chuggalo Kate because I really wanted to pull in yesterday's when I was doing it with Mikey. And again, I just can't. I can't get it to work in this environment where everyone's able to hear. I'm able to pull it in. A lot of technical jargon or whatever. I feel like I'm so close, but yet so far away. And as I was alluding to with Chuggalo Mike, I really want to just like pay somebody to come in and have it, like just have them set it up. I don't care what it costs. I've got a buddy. It's just getting him over here to do it because he does it for his Twitch environment. A couple of nerds, and does an amazing job over there. But that's what I want to get to. And the other day, I received a couple of comments. 2 days ago, I did go live on YouTube just to see if there was going to be any, and there's a couple of people that chimed in or whatever. But it was just like a 15, 20-minute trial video. I was just sitting here, just chit-chatting. No one stuck around long enough. I still think that when we do something like that, we have to announce it, and we don't have the following, if you will, that would elicit the reaction or get that conversation going. Man, it's already like getting very tacky on the. You can tell there's a lot of like sugars in it or whatever because it's sort of getting tacky on the bottle. And then that's where most people are going to be like, well, dummy, don't drink it out of the bottle. All right, let's check out Listermann. I don't know if we have done them on the podcast. They're one of the places that I visited Cincinnati when I was starting my craft beer journey. You know, being in Ohio for we've owned the house for 10, been in Ohio for 12. It was one of the first places I went. But let's check out that website. All right. Sorry, I'm just adjusting a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I already did. Yeah, it makes you ask every time. That's interesting. Okay. So it's got the nice video marquee or whatever, which is cool. And it really does show you the one thing about the website, and I like these, is that it is tucked away in a neighborhood. It's not like in the place for breweries now are like in industrial parks or whatever, where they can get cheap production space. I like how they display their medals as you're watching this. It really is like a kitschy but inviting neighborhood space. It's tucked away. It's not the massive place that you see with like a Rheingeist down in the Cincinnati area or Mad Tree or whatever. Like it harkens, but they've got such a good production line that you can always find their product, be it at a grocery store or a liquor store, or obviously our friends at the Barrel House. So if we go into their about, Listermann Brewing Company is a neighborhood brewery and a home brewery supply store. I did not know that focus on innovative beers in the local community. The homebrew store has been operating since 91, and the brewery has been producing award-winning beers since 2008, so a little bit older. That was a really tough time, as you know, with the economy and everything. That was a really tough time to like break in and put a bunch of startup capital into a brewery. The tap room boasts an inviting, friendly character. I would agree, as you guys hopefully could see from that video roll. And historic charm. Come for the beer and stay for the people. I've been there. I would agree wholeheartedly with all of that. Awesome. List all of your achievements. You can see it there. They started in 2008 and they started winning awards in 2014. I think that was when that Nutcase is like their flagship beer, I would say. You always want more peanut butter in a beer, and they do a good job of getting all of the peanut butter. It's not just like the creaminess or whatever, but you get like the saltiness from the shell or whatever. And look at that, like 21. I hated Listermann's before it was cool. Again, laugh if you can't laugh at yourself. That's amazing to be able to do that. All right. So then I thought, hey, since it's a collaboration beer, and I do a poor job on announcing collab beers. Typically, we just go with the main ship just to keep it all clean. Let's go to the Barrel House. And again, the Barrel House, I'll be down there later today, barrelhousetap.com. Pretty plain website, but the interesting thing, they welcome you to carry in food. They correct, all of the, sorry for scrolling so fast, they've got their hours or whatever. Hours and info. There's one good thing here that I will show you guys from 17 Beer Taps. But independently owned and operated by Sarah and Gus, two of the best people that you'll find, especially related to the Dayton beer scene, but just in general. Just always will sit there and, just BS with you and make you feel like really at home, like really inviting. And I like that they have their Untappd. And as Mikey was saying last night, you have to pay for this to be like on Untappd. You have to pay for a Premier account. But it just, again, everything that they have. So if you're really like a beer geek, if you will, or a beer aficionado, and you're planning out your day and you really want to like hit up a certain things or certain styles, it's awesome to be able to. So like now I know, Kenosha Kickers, we've done that from Sonder on the pod. Peanut butter porter, aforementioned, like again, just and like they said, trash beer and stuff like that. It's amazing, just amazing setup. And then we'll check out the Untapped. This is just buying me time. Not a very widely drank beer. Wow. And again, this beer is no longer being produced by the brewery, and you can see by the global check-ins, because it's a very local beer, it was at the end of next month or end of last month, and a couple people at the end of last year. So again, you can sit on this one for a while, and you're not ruining the vibes that this beer is supposed to give you. Only 370 check-ins thus far. All right, let's bring back up my ugly mug. I'm still ruminating on this one, so again, thanks for sticking with. I got a message. The person will remain anonymous. They were telling me, and I love hearing this. This is not in jest. That they're planning on joining the Advent calendar, not 2024, but 2025. I like when people plan out. I like when people look forward to it. It's a lot of production. It's a lot of happenstance and everything like that to get it going. But once it gets going and everyone's enjoying it or whatever, again, it's all about the conversation, the community. I giggle because last night, all three of us that have been uploading videos, Stev, JT and Sphil and myself, we were uploading almost at the same time, or recording, uploading at the same time. And JT, like right when I was going to bed at midnight. JT's video was going up, and he shoots his in like wonderful 4K. Like it's amazing vibrancy. You can see all the accoutrement. I don't know if they recorded yesterday in the Carriage House Bar. I hope they did. I enjoyed my time there. But I got up this morning because I was going to check it out as like kind of a preamble to this beer, because these beers are related in being bigger, stoutier, sweetness profile beers. And it's stuck at 82%. So I'm hoping his massive 4K. I texted him. I haven't heard back, but he's probably sleeping in. But he did respond to me last night. He's like, incredible. I could bring it up, but it's not important to the story. All right. Beer's warming up a little bit. About halfway done with it. Man, I did think last night about cracking one at 1150 and this one and pairing them, or doing a side-by-side. The best thing that this has going for it on itself is that salty profile that makes you go after it more to quench your thirst. Where the beer, the masthead, the underverse, that was a lot more sweet. Man, I dig this for a different reason. I wish it hid the booze a little bit better. But that's fine. I mean, I've got the rest of my day. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. Off the top rope, man, I'm vacillating between two scores. You guys can play a little game and think where, thus on my talk, where I am between those. Treat yourself if you're right. And if you were right, charge me for it. Off the top rope, I'm going to give this a 4.25. I like that it elicits that saltiness and that, that dry, not overly sweet milk chocolate, rather the cocoa powder and cocoa nibs. And I'm glad that beers rely on that more than like a milk chocolate, or like Yingling makes a Hershey porter or whatever that people find that's absolutely divine. Rather, I want that drier profile, that dark chocolate or whatever. Like my mother-in-law, I think her sweet spot is 72% cacao. I will never seek it out, but I like when it's in other things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never just eat that piece. Rather, it's nice when it goes like in a salted chocolate chip cookie or something like that. I can't wait to ask Sarah like her process, and it would have been great material for the podcast, and I'm going to ask her later today if she's working. I don't know. I only gave her an 8-hour heads up because I didn't know that this beer was going to be today. It would have worked out great because I'm going to find myself there in a couple hours. Man, today is one of those days I wish I had a couple of beers because I feel especially gregarious and willing to chat a little bit. But again, 3 beers left. Those are all going to be roadies for me. So I was excited to do this, to get in the OBS environment, to be able to
And that's the bottom line.
play with all my toys and everything for a little bit. But I hope you guys are all doing well. Maybe this will brighten up your day as you're going to your commute. A lot of you guys in the central time zone, so it's even before 6 o'clock, everyone's going to be like, how is Matt recording a beer before 6 in the best time zone, the central time zone? Yeah, this is it. Almost done with it. I might need some breakfast. April 2020. I just noticed that, April 2020. But that's all I got for this episode. Kate stole it with her shiver and everything like that, even though she only gave the beer a 0.5. But different strokes for different folks. That's all I got. Cheers.